DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlamagne the God.
Wake that ass up. The Breakfast Club is on.
I am feeling blessed. I'm talking to the Breakfast Club this morning.
Okay.
I love coming here. I'm never not going to come here. You guys are good to me, and return, I'm always going to be good to y'all.
For a lot of people in the hip-hop generation, the Breakfast Club is where people get their information on the topics, on the artists, and everything like that. In that aspect, radio is still important.
The Breakfast Club.
When my name come up, respect it.
Good morning, USA.
Hey, ma'am.
Hey, ma'am.
It's Friday.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
How was your day, ma'am?
Good. It was a long day for me, but it was a good day. I was actually cleaning my house all day yesterday. You know how you have company and you're like, I got to clean this whole house just because it's been hard, like being home so much and things are accumulating. All my packages are getting delivered to my house. I have like a whole stack of boxes in the front, just trying to get it together. And then one of my friends is here and she ended up having me up till like 1 a.m. just talking.
Okay. Well, that's a nice thing. Who's your friend? Who's here?
Ida Rodriguez.
Oh, okay. Charlamagne,
you know, she's on my Master Your Comedy show that's on Facebook right now for We the Culture.
All right. Well, of course, I've been, planning out everything for this car show, and I'm doing one in Jersey, so I've been planning that out. So that's been my life for the last couple of days, making sure everybody has a great time at these events that I'm doing. Charlamagne, what's popping?
What happened?
Nothing.
What we doing?
I'm
A
asking
show?
you. Yeah. You come in here singing R&B. The other day you came in here
Yeah,
singing
I'm
R&B. You
always
was
singing
mad horny,
R&B.
so I just got to make sure.
I'm always singing R&B. You got to find your little pockets of joy where you can, guys and gals out there, okay? What makes you happy? Did you set your intentions this morning? Did you wake up? Did you read your affirmations? Did you pray? Did you meditate? What did you do?
Did you get here on time this morning? Did you say the yo, 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 yo? Or did you come in here singing?
I feel like I'm on time. Let me tell you something about life. In life, I can identify as whatever I want to identify as. And guess what? I am on time this morning.
Oh, you identify on time?
You going to tell me I'm not? Ha! You don't know my life.
Okay.
I am.
All right. You know what then?
You on vacation?
I'm on vacation right now.
Hey, man, if you want to identify as being on vacation, do it.
All right.
Okay? It's your prerogative.
Well, it's Friday. We got some special guests joining us this morning. We have Lisa Price, who is the founder of Carol's Daughter.
Lisa Price, yes.
And Latham Thomas, who is a celebrity doula. She's a doula.
She's not a celebrity doula. She's just a doula.
She's not just
period.
a celebrity
Yes.
doula.
That's what I said. She's a doula. That's
She
what I said.
definitely, my wife did not have to have a C-section for our third child because of Lathan. And the doctors definitely told her that she was going to have a C-section. Lathan was like, no, and because of Lathan, we had that vaginal birth. So I love Lathan.
The glow, Maven. Own your glow.
And also a new artist by the name
Because it is
of...
Black, and one more thing I was going to say, it is Black Maternal Health Week this week. So I just want to make sure you guys all know about that because Black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die in childbirth than any other race, more than white women.
And we have a new artist named Murray joining us this morning.
Carolina's own, North Carolina's own. But that's my Carolina brethren.
All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news, what we talking about?
You know, I wish I had some good news for you on a Friday, but unfortunately, most of the news that I had this morning, there was 8 people killed after a mass shooting in Indianapolis, and we'll tell you what we know so far.
All right. We'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God.
What's happening?
We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's get in some front page news. Where we starting, Yee?
Well, let's start with this shooting that happened late last night in Indianapolis at a FedEx facility. At least 8 people were shot and killed, and it's near Indianapolis International Airport. Now, Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department officers responded to that shooting, and when they arrived, they found an active shooter incident. They said this is a tragedy, but we will come through it with flying colors. According to the department spokesperson, they said the gunman had died and the public is not believed to be in immediate danger. They said it was too early to tell whether the shooter was an employee at the facility. We're still trying to ascertain the exact reason and cause for this incident. At least 4 people were transported to local hospitals, including 1 person with critical injuries consistent with gunshot wounds, and 2 other people were treated at the scene. No law enforcement officers were injured. Other injured people took themselves to hospitals in the area. And this Indianapolis hub for FedEx FedEx employs more than 4,500 team members. It's the second largest hub in the company's global network, according to a representative.
Yeah, we know what the cause is most of the time, though, right? Mentally and emotionally unstable people with access to weapons.
Yeah, and the sad thing about it, they were saying that everybody had to check in their phones when they go to work. So people couldn't call the police right away because they didn't have their phones on and their phones were in the locker. Which makes
so you mean
sense.
to tell me they work at a facility where people check their phones but they don't check for guns?
Pretty much.
Like, that don't even make no sense.
Pretty much.
I'm telling you, all of these facilities have to have, metal detectors and stuff now. Sorry, a lot facilities with a lot of people have to have armed security. That's just the world we live in.
But in certain places, you're allowed to carry a gun no matter where it is. Like even in certain venues. And the only reason I know is because when I do these seminars and car shows, it's like I ask for metal detectors. It was like, no, this is an open carry venue.
Yeah,
like,
but
you're allowed to carry.
But even in those open carry states, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of those venues have the right to refuse you with your weapons as well. Yep. Mm-hmm. So it's like, those are the type of precautions we got to take in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Well, police did arrive last night at 11 p.m. and they responded. They came in. And like I said, they believe there's no more harm that can be done. 2 employees inside the building at the time said that they heard as many as 10 gunshots. And they said at first they thought the sound was from a car. But after hearing more, that's when one of them stood up, Jeremiah Miller, and saw a man with a weapon, he said. He said, after hearing the shootings, I did see a body on the floor behind a vehicle. They then left the building and watched as about 30 police cars responded. They said, thank God for being here because I thought I was going to get shot.
Hey, man, we live in the United States of anxiety. You can wake up every day and pick your trauma, okay? Every single day there's something that keeps us on edge. And if there's not, you ain't paying attention.
All right, and I just want to let people know who have gotten the vaccination. According to the CEO of Pfizer, they say a third COVID vaccine dose is likely needed within 12 months of getting fully vaccinated. And he also said it's possible people will need to get vaccinated against coronavirus annually, which I think is what they had already been saying. Now, when it comes to Johnson & Johnson, they are saying that a man in Mississippi has been partially paralyzed and unable to talk after getting the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. He's paralyzed on one side of his body. According to his family, he suffered a stroke soon after stepping out last week to get the 1-dose shot.
Yeah, it's over for Johnson & Johnson. Okay, it's a wrap.
He's a father of 7. He was rushed to the hospital. They determined that he had a stroke as a result of a blood clot in his brain.
Yeah.
Well.
And how many days did he take that shot? Because I know at one time they were saying between 6 and 13. How many days did that fall in?
Well, he stepped out he went to go get that 1-dose shot. And according to his aunt, he said they called me and said he had the vaccine and that something is wrong. And then he was rushed to the hospital.
Oh, right after he got the shot. So not even any time. Mm-hmm. Wow.
There's a good story on Yahoo about how America's about to hit a vaccine wall. And demand for the vaccine is dropping, with or without Johnson & Johnson.
No, they were saying that even in the Jacob Javits Center, which was one of the biggest centers in the country, they said there's 6,000 open slots where people can get the vaccination and people are not signing up.
And right now they're saying about 5,800 fully vaccinated people have caught COVID anyway in the United States. But it's not 100% effective though. Yeah, no one ever said that.
But y'all said it was 90-something. Y'all said one of them was 96%.
5,800 out of how many people have gotten it? That's a small number.
77 million people are fully vaccinated.
Right, but they're saying even with the vaccination, you can still get it. The vaccination is so you don't die.
Sure, but 5,800 out of 77 million is a very small percentage.
Right. Yeah, but that's what they're saying. They said you still can get it. That's what they're saying. You still should wear a mask, but it's less likely that you will die or have serious injuries due to COVID. That's why.
And don't say 5,800 is a small percentage, because you didn't say that when people were talking about COVID initially. Meaning when CNN started their counter at 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000 people out of 300-something million, y'all weren't saying that's a small percentage. So don't do that with this.
People were saying it was a small percentage.
No, they weren't.
It
was state of emergency.
But getting the vaccine does not mean you will not get COVID. That's what they're saying. They're saying that 90% accuracy
and
is saying that
Pfizer's
you
vaccine
won't get sick.
I don't know what the hell y'all
is
talking
95% effective in preventing symptomatic disease in clinical trials.
I know one thing. I got my sea moss on me right now.
There you go.
Bring me my orange juice. What the hell y'all talking about?
All right, well, that's front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Call us now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, peace and blessings, man. How are you guys doing today?
Hello, Sean Stone.
Guy. What's up, man?
Oh, hey, Sean Stone. How are you?
My bad. Sean Stone. How you?
Hey, good day, guys. How you guys doing today? Charlamagne, DJ Envy, Angela Yee. What's up, man? Y'all feeling good today?
Yes, sir.
Friday,
Peace,
bro.
King. How are you?
Hey, I'm blessed, man. Right now, I'm at work. It's just sad what's going on in the world right now. You know, a lot of people dealing with anxiety like myself. You know what I mean? I'm afraid of the police, man. For real, for real.
I'm afraid of the police. I'm afraid of regular mass shooters. I'm afraid of getting sick. Like it's pick your trauma, bro. Pick your poison. Which one you want?
I know one thing is I'm not taking that vaccine. I'm gonna continue feeding up on my CMARs, continue doing the right thing for my body. But Envy, I need your help, man. I need your help with my credit, man. So I need that information for the credit dude.
Yeah, you could go to his Instagram and he got a link, and then he could definitely help you out. You know what?
What's his name though on Instagram?
Is the credit dude.
Oh, that's his name, the credit dude?
Yeah, the credit dude, yeah.
Credit dude, if you're listening, Sean Stone needs your help, man. I'm trying to do a big thing for this year, man.
Yeah, get to him. He does people pretty well, and he doesn't just charge people. He charges what he takes off your credit. So if he can't get nothing off, or if there's a problem, he does not charge. So he's a good dude.
Angela, thank you, Envy. Angela, I'm not sure if you know that I started my own business. It's called Stone Tropical Limeade. I'm just wondering if I could send you guys some limeade up there. I'm very clean, even though
limeade. I love that. And listen, you know what is crazy? I was just talking about limeade because my grandfather used to make homemade limeade all the time. It's the best I've ever had. So I'll be interested to see what yours is like.
I want to send you guys some. I want to ask if it's okay for me to send you guys some.
I'm trying not to get sick, bro. I'm trying not to get sick.
I'm
avoiding.
A very clean dude. I wash my hands, even though I'm in sanitation, bro. I stay clean, bro. Please.
I would hope so. Sanitation workers should be the cleanest.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I really want to get my business off the ground. I'm a black man out here, and I'm just trying to do the right thing in life, period. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to run up and hurt nobody. I'm just trying to do my thing out here.
Send it up here, bro, and we'll try it out. You know the address. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Todd calling from Cleveland.
Todd,
what's up, Todd? I'm calling from Cleveland.
Got to get it off my chest. Yo, Charlamagne. Angela Yee, you pretty thing. Keep doing your thing. Hey, this is you, Envy. You hear me, Envy?
I'm here.
This is you, man. That's your show, The Bachelor, right, man?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is.
I seen one full episode of The Bachelor, the very first one. I didn't know that was a first episode, but it caught my attention because there was a sister on there that was hot back in the day. I bet she still is. That dude played. This dude, what's his name? Colton Underwood? This dude knew he was a homosexual, man. It was on the news last night. That's how I knew about it. He had to know he was a homosexual. What I have caught, a little bit that I've seen from The Bachelor.
Hold on, wait a minute. Can I say something? You said that Mr. Underwood should have known he was a homosexual. Of course he knew he was a homosexual. What kind of statement is that?
He didn't want to accept it. He said he tried to pray it away.
I didn't say he should have known. I said he knew.
Of course he knew.
Yeah, he knew.
Right.
This wasn't new. He didn't have an epiphany in the last few weeks or months or years. You know, the little bit that I've caught from this broadcast is that at least 10 of those honeys every episode, and I'm talking about the women only, okay? They really trying to get a good dude and move on with their life. Now the rest of them might be just there to get on TV, or they kind of one way or the other about whether they get one. If they get a winner, that's cool, that's nice. But if they don't, so what? They got on TV. But at least 10 of those honeys on any given episode are trying to get a good dude, and he played them. He played them. He played the one that he ended up picking. He shorted that chick's family, and I'm questioning whether the producers of The Bachelor are getting ready to play the audience that watches that show and bring that dude back on and let him pick from a rack of dudes for the next Bachelor.
Of course, and that would be amazing.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it's going to
And
be.
maybe you and Envy can host it.
Who, you and Charlamagne?
No,
you ain't talking about me, because I promise you.
You wouldn't host it now. Don't lie to me now. You wouldn't host it if they came to you.
I'm totally straight with you. I would not host that show.
I wouldn't host it either.
I do not support that kind of behavior. I really don't.
What kind of behavior?
When I say that kind of behavior, this is what I mean. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
If you want to be a homosexual, that's your business. I ain't really got an issue with that. But that dude was playing people. And even homosexuals, I'm sure, don't want nobody that got a history of playing people like that.
That's not even my reason for not wanting to host it. I wouldn't host it just because I don't watch the show.
Yeah, well, I watch the show, and I would host it. Anyway,
Yeah, and I'm sure it was difficult for him to come to terms with that. That's why it took him a while to be able to openly come out. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm. And Dramos, if you want to be a contestant, we can hook that up too. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Let's go. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. Say it with your chest. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Man, what's going on, man? It's Nick G, man.
Nick G, what's up?
Nick G.
Get it off your chest.
Man, I just want to tell y'all, man, thank you for letting me get on here. And a lot of people have been listening to our music, man. Envy, I think you checked out my boy Ajax Stack's Instagram yesterday. Man, we just happy. A lot of good things been happening. Shout out to Mello for still doing his Fireman joint. And we got a new video dropping on 420. And everybody go check out my boy Ajax Stacks, AJAX Stacks on Instagram. And check me out. I got a new song on my bio at Married with Children with 2 L's. And thank y'all, man. I really appreciate it. A lot of good things been happening.
Yes, sir.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on?
What's up?
What's up, bro?
I'm tired of giving up all my money to these credit repair companies. And I was wondering if you could help me out. Envy, I've been trying to hit you up on IG. Me and my wife, our credit score is like, well, mine is like in the lower 6, hers in the upper 5s. But I just got stuff on there from like years and years back, like 7, 8 years. I still have my credit report, man. I'm trying to do it like how y'all doing it, man. I'm trying to get some property.
Yeah, well, you should. I'd send people to the credit dude. I just like him. He's a good dude, and he only charges for what he takes off your credit. He doesn't ask for no money up front. I like that. I think he's fair. I use him for anything that I have. He's got my credit into the 800s. Well, actually, two of them in the 800s. One of them is still set like a 770. But he works hard, and he's easy to get on the phone. He has a strong team. I would say try him out on Instagram. It's the Credit Dude.
Credit Dude?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I think it's is it THA or THE?
THE Credit Dude. Yep. His name is Jose.
Okay, thanks, y'all.
All right. Hello, who's this?
This is Jody.
Hey, Jody. Get it off your chest, Jody.
Okay, I have a very serious question for you guys, and I think everyone should hear it. So I read on the news today when I woke up that if you get the vaccine and you die afterwards, your life insurance is null and void.
She said after you get the shot, your life insurance is null and void. I don't know if that's true, so I'm not. No, I don't know if that's true. Everybody need to do their own research on that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but that's
good to talk to you too.
Okay, look, I just read an article already saying that's false information.
Now I do know that if the COVID-19 vaccine isn't approved by the FDA, is it?
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
Yeah, so if it's not approved by the FDA, if you take it, you're not able to sue any of the pharmaceutical companies later. That I know. I don't know nothing about your life insurance being null and void.
My family will be able to take care of me if something was to happen. I think it's good for people to know.
Okay, well, thank you, Mama.
No, it said it's false information. I'm looking at the insurance commissioner. It says the public should not believe misinformation on COVID-19 and life insurance.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Barcode.
Hey, what's up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Yo, I just wanted to shout out y'all real quick. Charlamagne, Envy, Angela Yee. This is like crazy to even talk to y'all.
What's up, brother?
Okay, nice little Friday shout out.
Thank you, sir.
Now, one thing I wanted to get off my chest. I'm a rapper out here in Duval, man. One thing I was like kind of wondering, like people kind of like. He told me not to cuss out here. He was like,
"Get to it, bro. Get to it. Get to it.
Rap, man.
Get to it, bro. What's up?"
That rap.
Just let me rap that quick.
You what? You want to wipe my ass real quick? What'd you say?
Man, Charlamagne, I should have knew that.
What? What'd you say?
You already know.
Let me rap for y'all real quick. Just
rap for us.
I have a lot of people. All right, bet. Remember, young and worried, not gonna see no competition. There's opposition. They should be worried. I'm about to diss them. I've been the villain, but play the hero can be descriptive. The cash incentive to go and get it, to go and get them. The pitches don't run, the hammers fall, the rounds split them. The hounds are with them, the wolves we're bound to kill them. I spit in venom, subliminal symptoms, got dreams of trying to live them. My team is nimble, can taste the bitch and they talking nibbles. Ain't good at riddles, but taste the rainbow, not talking Skittles. I found a pot of gold and time I dip my albums in them. People want to be. They
Young King. Young King. What's plan B, King?
Yes, sir.
What's plan B?
Plan B?
Yeah, what's plan B? What else you got planned for your life?
Do you like it?
Yeah, like it.
Young King, what you got? What else you got? I know there's got to be some other options on the table.
You like it?
What else?
Spit some more bars. He ain't hear you. Go ahead, bro.
All right, hold up. I'll give you this for Angela Yee. Charlamagne, I know you're on that freaky shit. Chill out.
I haven't said nothing.
Go ahead, go.
I give you waistline lickings, bites on neck. I make boyfriends mad and girlfriends lit. I do what I want. It's your action.
You got a boyfriend?
My Miss Dress. Let's get the action. Let me get the panties to the side. My name is Eden. A garden that got a slide. Pure water, a river.
Okay, all right.
Young King. Young King. So there's no plan B. Like there's nothing else you want to do with your life.
But you don't like it?
Huh, Young King?
What else should I do, Charlamagne?
I mean, you can go get a trade, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to do something with your hands. Like you can.
He's on the phone with trade.
You can learn how to install air conditions. You can be an electrician. You can be a plumber. You can go to school, be an engineer. Like I would get a trade if I was you. In Jacksonville, you'll never not have money.
In Jacksonville, Charlamagne, who you know rap like me?
You definitely want to. What's your
Nobody with a record deal.
Let's go hear some more.
Okay.
What's your Instagram page?
Ooh. Marco, you stay with it, Marco, all right?
Yo, check the barcode and barcode the artist.
All right, Marco.
Have a good day, man. But for real, think about getting a trade. I got to stop leading these kids the wrong way, man.
He gonna cry in the car.
Tell them the truth. Not if you tell them the truth. You be all right.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Yeah, you got some rumors on the way? You can rap them.
Well, let's talk about nightly pop. Now, Lonnie Love was on, and she was asked by Nina Parker if she's ever broken a rule in somebody's house. So we'll tell you whose house she got tapped on the shoulder at. Like, ma'am, you can't do that, ma'am.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Listen up.
It's just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report.
Gossip.
With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, on Nightly Pop, Lonnie Love was on, and Nina Parker was asking her about breaking rules if you've ever been in somebody's house when you were being nosy and got caught, and here's what happened.
I went to Tyler Perry's house. What did you do? You know, he told me don't take pictures, but I was so excited. You know what happened? Because I was like looking all around. I said, Tyler ain't nowhere around. Let me just sneak this little picture. It was Childish Gambino. He was performing. Yes. And I was like, I just want just one memory. So I like tried to like do my little phone like this, and I felt this. Oh no! And I turned around, it was Tyler. He said, like that. I was like, ooh. So I got you.
You know, when you say you only want one memory, you're giving way more credit to your smartphone than your brain. Because if you cool out and just enjoy the moment, you'll have several memories stored in the best place to have them, and that's your mind.
You can't post your mind.
Yeah, that is embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. They tell you don't take no pictures, and then you get caught taking a picture.
It's just weird to say I only want one memory. Like, what do you mean you're there? Enjoy the moment. You probably got several. I mean, that was a memory. That, which she just explained.
You know what's so funny is that there are times when you look back, you're like, man, I wish I had a picture of that day. But unfortunately, sometimes you're in positions where it's just not possible.
I like enjoying the moment.
All right. Now, after 15 years, Lamarcus Aldridge is stepping away from basketball. He actually posted a letter about his departure. He said, today I write this letter with a heavy heart. My last game I played while dealing with an irregular heartbeat. Later on that night, my rhythm got even worse, which really worried me even more. The next morning, I told the team what was going on, and they were great getting me to the hospital and getting me checked out. Though I'm better now, what I felt with my heart and that night was still one of the scariest things I've experienced. With that being said, I've made the difficult decision to retire from the NBA. For 15 years, I put basketball first, and now it's time to put my health and family first.
I respect it. Drop on the clues bombs for Lamarcus Aldridge. Never met the brother, but that's a very wise choice. And he's letting me know he got his money right.
Yeah. Not only that, but this would have been the year that they probably get a ring. So he doesn't care about none of that. He just cares about his health and his family, which is dope. Maybe. Pretty close.
I'm sure he cares, but yeah, that's what makes it a difficult decision. Mm-hmm. And he's one of only 25 players in NBA history with over 19,000 career points and 18,000 plus career rebounds. Damn. 7-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA.
Health first. Health and family first. I respect it. And like I said, it lets me know he definitely got his money right. Because if his money wasn't right, it'd be very hard for him to walk away, even with the health issues.
Our Brooklyn Nets also released a statement letting us know that they fully support Lamarcus's decision. And while we value what he's brought to our team during his short time in Brooklyn, his health and well-being are far more important than the game of basketball.
He played there for 7 days. How many days was it? It hasn't been a month.
No, it wasn't too many.
All right. Well, we wish him the best of luck. And that is your rumor report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now, front page news, what we talking about?
Well, closing statements are set for Monday. Closing arguments are set for Monday in Derek Chauvin's trial. So, he is not testifying, and he actually invoked his Fifth Amendment right, and we'll give you some updates.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Do you want to elevate your sleep? Right now, save up to $300 on top-rated brands like Sealy's and Sleepy's at Mattress Firm. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more. Every night, save big, sleep better. Shop the semi-annual sale now.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, let's get in some front page news. Where we starting, Yee?
Well, they have just released the video of Adam Toledo. He was a 13-year-old Mexican-American boy who was fatally shot by the Chicago Police Department, Officer Eric Stillman, in the Little Village neighborhood in Chicago. And the body cam footage was just released publicly yesterday. And it has released a lot of emotional reactions with that release of the video. Protests have happened. Now, this originally went down on March 29th. And now we've had a chance to see the footage. So the family actually saw the footage a few days earlier just to be able to process it, and then they released it for the public yesterday. But the body cam footage shows the officers at the scene when the shooting took place, including the officer who fired the single shot that struck 13-year-old he's a 7th grader, Adam Toledo, in the chest. This is just a really difficult thing I don't know if you guys have watched the footage, but really
Absolutely
difficult
not.
to watch.
I'm not watching the video. I refuse to watch the video. We're in a constant state of trauma here in America. I'm not watching that.
So there were multiple 911 calls that were placed. Officers arrived on the scene with body camera footage, and that footage shows about 1 minute and 45 seconds of the officer driving to the scene in the Little Village neighborhood. Then he got out of his vehicle and he was yelling, "Please stop right effing now," to Adam as Adam appears to pause. And they told him to show your hands. They said, "Hey, show me your effing hands. Drop it. Mm-hmm. And Adam does turn around, put his hands up. He has nothing in his hands, and they killed him.
And didn't they lie on the young man and say the young man had a gun?
They're saying that on the video, he appears to make a tossing motion with his right hand behind the fence before turning to face the officer, and that's when the officer fired. So they're saying that he threw a gun. I don't know.
Yeah, now why would I trust people who can't ever tell when someone has a gun? They mistake everything that a person has in their hand for a gun. Like, these people are crazy, man.
It is, man.
I don't even have any words anymore. It's like I told y'all, we in a constant trauma loop in America. This is the United States of anxiety, and some of us have more things to trigger us than others, and this is just another trigger in what has been a super traumatic week.
Yeah. It really has, man. I'm not going to lie. That's why I'm like, man, I wish I had some good news for y'all this morning, but unfortunately I don't. Now let's talk about Derek Chauvin. He invoked his Fifth Amendment right yesterday, and the defense rested their case in the case of him killing George Floyd.
Have you made a decision today whether you intend to testify or whether you intend to invoke your Fifth Amendment privilege?
I will invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege today.
Is this your decision not to testify?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. Has anyone promised anything or threatened you in any way to keep you from testifying?
No promises or threats, Your Honor.
What could he say? What is that he could possibly take the stand and say?
Nothing.
We watched the video.
So, and prosecutors would have been allowed to cross-examine him if he did take the stand. So the defense rested their case. Prosecutors did call Dr. Martin Tobin, who testified last week, to take the stand again for a short rebuttal against the defense's medical expert. And so now Monday is when they make their closing arguments. Yeah, I'm nervous.
All right.
What do you got? I don't even know what's about to happen, but I'm really super nervous about this because at first, when I first started watching this trial, I was like, okay, but now I'm not so sure.
Got a little shaky, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of me that's like, you know what, this one feels different than others, but then it's another part of me that's like, no, it doesn't feel different than others.
This is America.
It's Amerikka.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't.
All right. Well, that is your front page news.
All right. Shake it off. All right, it's a Friday. When we come back, we're speaking with a new artist from the Carolinas.
And you know what? This brother, Moray.
Yeah, Moray.
He brings a lot of joy.
All right.
I will say that. He has a lot of good energy. Yes.
We need it right this morning, right now.
All right. Well, we're going to talk to Moray when we come back, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy. You want to do it, man? I heard you do it when you came in today.
Good morning, everybody. It's your boy DJ Envy, Charlamagne the guy, Angela Yee, The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Now you have to say we have a very special guest in the building.
Oh, talking myself. Okay, we got a very special guest in the building. It's me.
Moray. Welcome, sir.
What's going on? How you feeling, baby?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How are you, King?
Hey, I love that, and I'm the same thing, baby.
Absolutely.
No kizzy.
Now, for people that don't know who Moray is, he has a bunch of singles out right now. One of his biggest is Quicksand that has over 55 million views on YouTube. And we got you up here to hear your story. And, you know, one thing I would say about you, just doing my research, you're always smiling and always happy, man.
Always.
We don't see that much, but goodness gracious, nothing upsets you, brother? You just happy all the time?
Shit upset me, but like, bro, I've been listening to this show forever, so how the hell can I come here and be upset?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm going to smile because what the Charlamagne right here, DJ Envy, Yee right there, what's happening? We live. What you talking about?
Now, you started off in the church.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
The church played a good role in my life. I ain't gonna lie, God is always first. I don't care what I do, I don't care what I say, I don't care how my life is. He number one.
And your mom made you sing "I Believe I Can Fly," which got you in the choir because you do a lot of singing in your music.
Yeah. No cap. She embarrassed me, but it's cool. That's what mothers do. Like,
right.
She put me in the most purplest suit she could find. I don't know if she went to like embarrassyourkid.com and like ordered that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, her and my grandma put me in front of the church and made me sing "I Believe I Can Fly" R. Kelly in front of the whole church. And I was nervous until like people started saying, you know, you baby better go ahead, boy. When you hear that, bitch, I done did something.
Right. How many times your mom made you sing that song in front of company, man?
Not that song a lot. The song she made me sing a lot was "Fill My Cup." It's I fill my cup, let it overflow.
Okay.
It's a gospel song. It's an older song.
I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so I wouldn't know.
You was happy.
I can't relate, brother, but I love you.
He turned, but you turned to the head of the choir.
No cap. My mother, when I was little, she ran the children's choir. So you know I had to be number one. That's my mother. What's she gonna say?
Oh, so it was nepotism. It wasn't because you was.
Of course.
It wasn't because you was the best singer.
No, it was nepotism. Come on, brother. I don't know I wasn't the best.
Yeah.
So way to turn left because you're a gospel singer. You're in the choir. You went through the church, and then it went left somewhere, and then you went to the street, and then you started, running in people's houses. So when did it turn left?
I ain't gonna lie. When I moved from North Carolina, I moved to PA, like 12. That's when like it was hard to get acclimated to the city life. And I ain't gonna lie, like I started following everybody because I felt like I had to fit in somewhere.
But why'd you move from North Carolina to Pennsylvania?
I love my mother, so I'm gonna say this first. She did her best. But it's hard when you're raising a kid by yourself. I got kicked out of a lot of schools, so we had to keep changing districts. So when we had to move with her sister in Pennsylvania because we had nowhere to go. So we ended up staying there for like 6 years, and that was the 6 years where like I realized what the I didn't want to do with my life.
I wonder, right? At what point did you realize your mom was just doing her best? Because sometimes we hard on our parents till we get older. So when did you realize that she was just doing her best?
When I had my own kids, like I started putting myself in her shoes. I understand like she really did her best. Like she couldn't do no better with me. So I thank you, mama.
And what were you getting kicked out of school for?
Fighting.
But you played football. You had the whole football team.
No cap. I played football, and then I was in the alternative school, so I had to walk from my school to the other school to play football. I ended up getting to it with a teacher and headbutting him and whatnot, and we ended up fighting.
The teacher?
I was a very
Explain the story. We need details. Matter of fact, take your coat off if you want to.
Let me get a little comfortable. It's gonna be a little Mr. Ramos. I love you, baby. Just gonna say it right now. I up, you feel me? And I got love for you, homie. No cap. But I was dating a girl. She was in high school, and I was at the alternative school. So I was like, nigga, I feel sensitive. Let me write her a little love letter. You know, write her a little I love you. Can't wait to beat them cheeks up. You know how you get the vibes. You feel me?
Can I beat those cheeks up?
No cap.
Check yes or no, maybe.
I was young, so that's all I cared about. So I was like, I wrote her a little letter. In my mind, it was super sensitive, super sweet. I folded up, put a little envelope writing on it. So he like, yo, what you doing? I said, yo, the teacher said I can go ahead and write a letter, so go ahead and chill out. I done my work, because I always got done first. He like, nah, I grabbed my and ripped it and threw it in the trash. I'm like, yo, bro, you know how I give it up. Please stop, because I don't even want to, because I with him. I'm like, yo, I don't even want to take it there with you, bro. Like, I got to chill, you feel me? I wrote it again. Boy, I try to grab the other one. I say, yo, bro, I'm about to peel you because this is weird now. Like,
and it's a teacher?
No cap. It was alternative school. So
like, is it a gym teacher?
No, they like to grab you, slam you. Like
they
like.
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
Yeah, it's not like a teacher. They call it intervention specialist.
Okay.
Yeah.
When a teacher can handle you, they call the to come grab you and slam you. You feel me? So that's what he was. I'm like, yo, bro, you got to chill because like it's not about to be easy for you. Like, you're not about to just throw me around. So chill out. Boy didn't understand. I wrote it again. He grabbed it and then I was like, fuck it.
Headbutt. So you was one of them kids because they had me in these classes for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Your discipline was so bad that they put you in what like the remedial classes.
No, it wasn't. It was all right. Boom. I went to the middle school and then like I was too bad for the regular school, so they put me in the trails in the back. And then the trails in the back, I was too much, so they kind of built the school for kids like me. And I was in that school, and I kind of couldn't graduate to go to like you go there for a while, and then they let you out go to the other school. But I never made it that far.
Did they make you eat lunch earlier than everybody else too?
Nah.
You're bonding.
Well, you know, no, we understand it now.
No.
But I do understand those solid lunches. So I definitely had a couple of those. You feel me? Like go to the corner, eat by your damn son, you tripping.
They had me in those for like a semester.
Goddamn white cheese, ham, bread, and white milk.
Yeah.
What do you think about that education? Like, if you had to say something for parents now whose kids are being put in special classes, what do you think about that? Like, do you think it's helpful? Do you think it hurts? What do you think needs to be done for real?
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of times when I act up, it was because of stuff that I was lacking in my household or lacking in my life. So even like now I realize I was really just acting up because I really miss my pop, or like I really miss my family, and I was just looking for the wrong attention when I could have went about it the wrong way. I didn't know that until now. So I think parents got to understand, like, if your kid is acting up, your kid is acting out, try to figure out what's going on. Because it may be something that they're not telling you or don't know how to express before you just beat their ass. Like, be on something like, yo, talk to me. Like, it's okay. It's okay you feel scared. It's okay you feel upset. It's okay. But tell me why you feeling this way. Let's go through the motions. Because at the end of the day, a conversation can save everything.
That's true. Now, listen, after you headbutted dude, what happened?
They put me in ISS. I got arrested.
He ain't swing back?
Did he fight back?
I mean, of course, like they all jumped on me and pulled me around. After that, they called the cops. I got arrested. Went to the little jail thingy, whatever it can be. They let me on probation. I went to court again, and I got locked up for like 18 months.
Damn.
I seen somewhere that you got your GED when you was locked up.
Yeah, I got my GED, but I wanted to play football when I came out. But, you know, I got kicked out of the alternative school, which was my last resort. So I knew that was going to happen. But I had high hopes I can get my GED, come out to go to high school. But
So you got your GED and thought you was going to go back to high school?
I didn't know. I thought, like, I can get that and then get that too, like a bonus.
Like this ain't the real diploma.
This ain't it. Let me get the pig skin. This ain't it. Oh, God.
Now, in Big Decisions, the song Big Decisions, you say you had to start taking care of yourself since you were 9.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, like I said, my mom worked a lot. So there's a lot of time, like, I had to watch myself at 9. And when you a black kid, you understand that shit. Like, don't open the door, don't answer the phone, sit your ass down, watch TV. There's Lunchables in there, relax. So like a lot of times when like with the selling candy for school, like my mom wasn't there to monitor that. So when they would give me the cash, I kept that shit.
Yeah, they give you them chocolate bars to sell
I
for
ain't give them
$1.
nothing. Like they was pre-ordering. Like I was getting the cash for the pre-orders. So I ain't have to give you just giving me money. And I'm 9. I'm like, yo.
Oh my goodness.
How much is this? It's like $1,000. It was like $400. I mean, it's like $1 million right now. I'm buying bikes and candies for the hood. I'm flexing. Like, no cap. I bought the ice cream truck. He was loving me, so he came through, bro. No cap. I was up.
Balling up, buying everybody.
SpongeBob ices for everybody. What's up? Gumball eyeballs and everything was lit.
All right, we have more with Moray when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We still have brand new artists from the Carolinas, Moray in the building. Yee.
Before Quicksand, though, you had a series of odd jobs that you did, right?
Yeah,
and so can we talk about that? Like, just you having to work? Because you had a family to support at the same time.
Yeah, like everybody, like if you hear niggas before they rap, they was the big dope head, big dope guys, or they. Nah, I had a 9 to 5. You feel me? I work because I didn't want to do that shit no more.
How many kids do you have?
3.
3, okay.
So I ain't want to get locked up again because I already got caught up on a weed charge in North Carolina. Like, I'm not trying to go back to jail for this bullshit. This is weird. Like I want to just live my life with my family. So I work.
So you worked at hog plants and chicken plants.
Hog plants, chicken plants.
What you do at a hog plant and chicken plant?
The hog plant, I cut the guts of the pig, like the small intestine with the Yeah, like you got to put it on a little rack, and when you cut it, like be spurting out like.
Did that make you stop? Did that make you stop eating pork?
I don't eat hot dogs, sausage, nothing in casings.
And what about the chicken plant?
It was like a line. They plucked the chicken, cut the head off, and they sent it to me, and I just put it on the rack, and we just cut the wings and like that. So like I was on the last process. I ain't had to deal with the blood. I dealt with the last process after they was already frozen and you know what I mean.
And Domino's?
Domino's was a fire job. I ain't gonna lie to you. I made hella bread. Like you see how I am. Like I go to your crib, yo Domino's. Yeah, what's happening, my boy? Hell yeah, about to be good as hell, my boy. Oh, give me a tip. Yeah, love you. I'm out. I used to get like $20, $30.
You probably had some weed, a little bit of weed.
Come on now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I used to buy weed for my customers.
Now the call center. What did you do at the call center?
I work for PNC Bank. I basically help people with their accounts, like tell you how much you had in your account and what you spend.
So wait a minute. So after getting locked up and all that, you work for PNC
for
and
a bank,
and they call you up like, hey bro, how much I got in my account?
All right, look, I'm gonna put you in my mindset. Imagine being broke as the day before. You got no weed, you hungry as on your lunch break. I call you. He got $100,000 in his account. You got his social, his name, his first and last name, address, everything you need to take this man money.
Oh my goodness.
But you know you can't.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the seat was hot.
You never did it? You never put your hand in the cookie jar a little bit?
I can't for a couple of reasons. I don't want to be done to me.
Yeah.
Because I know I got hella karma coming to me. I don't want that kind of karma.
Gotcha.
But it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Brother. Damn, I'm hungry. This account look juicy, bitch. Like wacko right now. Man, I need this account.
What's the most you ever seen?
I seen it was a retired football player. I forgot his name. He had $1.7 million in his account, and he was complaining about a $3 fee he received.
Whoa,
a $3 fee.
Like
goddamn right.
Yeah, you see, people like DJ Envy. I didn't like them. I didn't like them. I was like,
it's your money.
Yeah, true, but it's money that you knew was coming out. Check images cost $3, sir. You wanted a check image.
Yeah, you wanted
$3, sir.
Yeah, you wanted your face of your old team on your check.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So during that time with these jobs, you were writing music and you were performing also, right?
Yeah, I was writing my music. I was going to the studio. I was performing at little clubs. I was trying my best to still do it, but when you got a 9 to 5 and that your money count for all your bills, it's hard to pay for $40 of studio time. It's like, God damn, every time, guys, $40, I can get a free day and I come back and slot that shit.
You did Uber and you also did construction. So,
yes.
So how was Uber?
I wouldn't want you as an Uber driver. You might be a little. You might be a little chatty. Makes for a great interview.
Yeah.
But as an Uber driver, I don't know.
No, as an Uber driver, I definitely was chatty as shit. And people loved me because I found out all their business. I was Charlamagne in the Uber. No bullshit. I want to know all the tea. Who's going to be the donkey of the day today? I didn't know what. No cat. I told my wife all the stories. I ain't going to lie to you. Baby, these motherfuckers is crazy. These white folks is tripping. These get drunk, start kissing in my backseat. Hey, leave your clothes on, white boy. Put your shirt back on. This is weird.
What's the wildest thing ever happened in the Uber?
Some girl tried to suck her dude in my back seat, and
you
I was like,
it?
Of course.
Why you hate?
Why am I'm not about to see nobody Johnson in my back seat. Like
1-star rating for you, sir.
Oh God, as you should. Now go ahead and skedaddle. Skedaddle.
Now you mentioned your wife. You give her credit for help taking your rap career to the next level, right?
Of course. No, my wife that's my rock.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't always been the perfect man. I ain't gonna lie, pretend like I am. But that's my dog. That's my homie. That's my friend. That's my best. That's my everything.
Right.
And I gotta give her that credit because at the end of the day, without her, I probably still writing the same songs I've been writing because everybody told me I had a whole bunch of yes men. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. And she was like, it's not.
Oh, so she was the one. She was the one like that's whack.
Fact. I love you, but you could do better. And she still do that to this day. Like I got buzz now. She still be like, nah, don't even record that shit. But go ahead and try again because that beat is hard. Like, I bet.
So what were the records you made after that criticism?
Quicksand and Big Decision was the first 2 records I wrote after that.
Okay.
And then after that, I was like, damn, I think I found my flow, and then kind of like progressed from there.
So how did Quicksand take off?
Moshe Leezy called me. He was like, well, my director, the director who shot Quicksand was like, yo, bro, it's this dude trying to hit you up about signing you. I'm like, bro, it's probably not even real. Like, don't worry about it. He like, nah, this nigga look like he legit. He don't FaceTime me and shit. I'm like, what? Give my wife number because her phone was on, my phone was off. I ain't had no job.
That's real.
Like, no cap.
That's
like,
real.
My wife number.
When I say my wife, she saved my life, bro. No cap. I was a bum ass. I don't care what nobody got to say about this.
You were a brother under modification.
Yes,
not a bum.
Facts. I own my.
Yeah.
I have no problem saying she took care of me and that she was the man and a woman at times. I have no problem because it ain't the case now.
Right.
So I appreciate it. So like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm high. What was the question?
How did Quicksand take off?
How did Quicksand take off?
Yeah.
You said Moeji was trying to call you, called your wife.
Got my hands over. So yeah. All right, so yeah, he called my wife phone and some Afghan dude with like a coif and blonde hair was like, yo, bro, believe in you, bro. Your song's fucking amazing. I'm like, who the is this nigga? Nah. I said, bro, what you represent? Well, I'm trying to start my label up. I'm like, what's the name of it? I don't got a name yet. What?
Damn.
What? I'm like, all right, cool. But like, what's going? I see the contract. I'm like, you want to send me a contract? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened right now. Like, and it sucks because at the end of the day, like, I was at a point in my life where I felt like I was gonna go nowhere. I felt like my wife was probably gonna leave me eventually because I had no job for a while. I felt like it was like really over. And this called me, and I looked up like, yo, this is supposed to be.
Thank you, God.
It's gonna be. I sent the contract to my cousin. She a lawyer. She didn't graduate yet, but don't worry about that. She read it.
She almost a lawyer.
Are you sure you're not in a bad contract right now?
Nah, no cap.
He should have made you the co-CEO.
I ain't gonna talk about the contract, but let's
put up money.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna talk about it. All I'm gonna say is this: I know I'm in the best situation I could ever be in.
Got you.
Like I with this man to the point I trust him. And when he called me and he told me the truth, yo, you not about to be rich fast. I'm not about to give you a bunch of money. We gonna work this together. It's 50-50. Right. You feel me? Like you put in 50% work, I put in 50% of bread. Like what's up? I'm like, well, it, then you gonna support me that way? Cool. And then all of a sudden we put out Quicksand, and then he put his hands on it, and look at it now.
If he don't do right by you, just hit me. We got a Donkey of the Day slot ready for him. Don't even worry about it. But I want to go back to something, man. Salute to your wife, because we have these conversations all the time about brothers that are just trying to make it, brothers that have ambition, brothers trying to, just put themselves in position, and how long should women stay with them? Yeah. The fact that y'all stayed down till y'all came up, man, that's big, man.
No, that almost never happens. And she didn't have to. She had plenty of reasons to leave me.
Mm-hmm.
And she always told me, like, as long as you don't hurt me to the point where, like, I can't come back, I understand. And now I understand I would never try to hurt you again. Even though I'm in a spot, and, like, no cap, to all the females that's been in my DM, please stop. I love y'all. But my wife gonna me up for y'all. So listen.
So was you cheating when you was broke?
I up one time. No cap. Just hit me. I did.
Yeah.
And she forgave me. She didn't have to. And I didn't even expect. And my mom, we was already divorced. We was married at the time. We was already divorced. I said she about to leave me. She stuck with me. Granted, I had to work hard as but I was willing to take that. I was willing, bro. No cap. She could have been a dickhead. She could have cheated back. She could have did whatever she wanted to do, but she didn't.
That got to be the worst feeling, to hurt somebody that's done so much for you.
Bro, no cap. When I look at my wife, I get very sensitive because I understand, like, that's my blessing. Like, my wife is like I can't even explain who she is. I can just explain that, like, she's my everything.
Well, don't move. We have more with Murray. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Murray. Charlamagne?
One of my favorite, I think it is my favorite record of yours so far, Switched Up.
Okay, yeah.
Is that based on a true story?
Yeah, like, no cap. Switched Up is based on a lot of events that happened in my life with people who show me their true colors. And people who show your true colors, you got to believe them when they tell you who they are in the beginning. They always show you. You always have a first instinct, like, this nigga right here, weird as shit. But, like, you let it pass, because at the end of the day, you try to give a chance and be who they gonna be, but then they show you who they really are. Now you're surprised.
Does that happen when the money started coming in, or was it before?
No, before the money. Like, I think it was the worst for me as far as, like, people switching up. Because when you broke, niggas don't got to sugarcoat how they feel about you. Because you broke. Who gives a Like, you a bum, you this, you that, I'm gonna with you. Like, people will walk out your life easy when you can't give them nothing. But I feel like it's harder now with money, because they gonna say yes and say hell yeah because you got money now. So it's hard to tell who switched up when you rich, because at the end of the day, they're gonna play that role while you're around regardless.
And you had to you pulled a gun out for your guy that on you?
You're a funny guy.
How'd you say switched up?
I mean, yeah, you feel me? But yeah, you know what I mean? We gonna say I always have my back, and he know who he is. And
you think there's ever any chance for reconciliation?
Yeah, of course. No, he wrote me the other day. Like, yo, what's up? How you been? I see you turning up. I ain't trying to write you on like, cause you popping, but just want to say good luck on your success.
And see, that's the worst, right? Because now you don't know who you can trust, because you popping. Exactly.
Yeah, you never wrote me before, but I know you heard the song. Every homie that I ever had beef with, or I ever like not with them when they heard Switched Up, they all wrote me. That's how I know it was you. Like, the song was in general for every that ever wronged me. But the that wrote me, now I know you don't with me, because I didn't tell you the song was about you. You just wrote me.
Them hit dogs hollered.
What's up, bro? How you feeling? Hell yeah. Yo, I heard Switched Up. Who that song about? Oh, you. It's about you.
Yeah.
It's about you, because you asking. It's about you. Yeah. Nobody else asks who the song about. The song either dope or it's not. You want to know who the song's about, because it's about you.
Now, do you rep the Carolinas of Pennsylvania? What's in you?
2-6, no cap, Fayetteville. I with the Ville because it taught me how to be a man. But I also with PA because it taught me what not to do. I had my kids in Fayetteville. I got married in Fayetteville. I became a man. I went to high school in PA and got locked up in PA. Did stupid in PA. Not that I don't want to claim the city. I don't want to claim. Not that I don't want to claim the city. I don't want to claim that guy. I want to leave him where he at because I feel like he did a lot of people that I can't say sorry for. People gonna hear me talking, be like, "Yo, this," and and if I hurt you, I want to say I apologize because at the end of the day, I was in a different mindset than I am now. I apologize.
If people know anything about North Carolina produces some great lyricists, man.
Yeah.
You're talking Fontaine Pooh from Lil Brother. You're talking J. Cole. You're talking Rhapsody. You're talking The Baby. You're talking about Josie Moe, who I love. None of them ever reached out like Cole or the Baby. Because I heard I heard rumors you was supposed to sign to Dreamville at one point.
No, people heard the co-sign thing, and it was like, oh, he signed in Dreamville. That's what always happened.
How did he co-sign for people that don't know?
Basically, he just wrote like, yo, super amazing, I with your shit. And that's the co-sign everybody talking about.
Oh, he wrote it on your Instagram?
Yeah, no cap. And not to mention, like, I've talked to him after that, and like, bro, he's a solid ass dude. Like, he didn't give me no like, oh, I'm the king of Fayetteville, or I'm this. He gave me like, yo, bro, this is how you can survive in this game. This is what you want to watch out for. This is what you want to do. You want to read everything. Like, gave me real big brother advice for somebody he don't even know that he didn't have to do. You didn't have to co-sign me, but you went out your way and did that. So like, solid, and I always appreciate him for that. No cap.
I saw you tweet out recently too. I used to try to protect my name in situations, but now I just want to protect my peace.
Yeah, like,
what does that mean?
I feel like a lot of niggas understand like they'll get tried or like or they got to play the tough guy in certain situations. When like honestly, you know, boy, you talking to is a bitch for anyways. Like, bro, I'd probably punch in your shit if it wasn't all your homies right here. Or I'll probably you up. We wasn't in this club. Like, stop playing with me. Be yourself. I'd rather protect my peace and leave, but I really want to just be a nice guy. Like, and I think people they're upset and don't want me to be, but I don't care because I have no reason to be sad, bro. Like I still live in the same crib, but when Mo called me, like I still live in the same holes in my. Bro, I live in the same crib, bro.
You about to say the same holes in your what?
And my windows. I got holes in my windows. I got
a
hole in my
about to say
door.
your drawers. I'm like, you cannot have an AP on with holes. With holes in your drawer.
If that was the case, I would take this shit off. But no cap. But nah, like I still live in this shit. No cap. To this day, it's humbling for me because I'm like, yo, like I really. And once I leave it, I'm gonna take pictures and be like, yo, you can always go back to this.
Do you want to leave, or are you not ready yet? Or?
I want to leave the house because it's small, but I want to stay in the Ville.
But is it hard to live in that same house and people, you know, because when people see a record and they see 55 million, they think you got 55 million dollars.
Yeah.
So is it hard to still live there and you got family and friends?
Well, it's North Carolina, so it's legal to carry. So if anybody come to my crib, that's on you. You feel me? But I don't have that. Fayetteville don't give me that. Like, you know, they got love, bro. Like, they show me. When I go to the store to get backwards, I get hugs, laughs, pictures. And I love that shit, bro. I love what I'm bringing to whatever I'm bringing because it's bringing me nothing but happiness.
How does the way that you write and record now, how has that changed? Because I saw after you signed your deal, you deleted your old music. You're saying it wasn't mixed and mastered properly. And then obviously your wife told you, okay, you got to be more personal in your music. So now how do you write?
Now it's like I write off emotions. I let the beat tell a song and I just write with the beat. Like if the beat come on and I hear like sensitive or sad, I'm probably gonna think of something I went through that's sensitive or sad and write to that because that's what I feel.
Is it hard to be vulnerable about your feelings in the music?
Not at all. No cap. I think I'm learning like I could be sensitive and still be myself.
Word.
A lot of people think
that is part of being yourself.
Yeah, like you cry or you get upset or you sad, you a bitch. Nah, you a bitch for holding it in because you're afraid to tell who you really are.
A lot of us got fragile egos as men. You know what I'm saying?
We all do.
Yeah.
If your wife tell you some or somebody tell you that know you for real, it will hurt your mother.
Yes, sir.
Every done argue with his girl and she done said some you was like, I never wish I did that. Damn. Like you like, oh, what you gonna tell everybody my business? Like, nah, it's crazy. But like we all sensitive, bro. Like just need to stop playing games and understand you can be sensitive and still be a tough. Like you can still be both, bro.
When you putting out a whole project?
April 28th.
April 28th.
I got my mixtape coming out. Street Sermons Volume 1 is coming out. I'm trying
That's soon.
All original music?
Yes. All me. No. Hopefully no samples on like that.
Any guests?
Nah, just me.
Wow.
I really want to just see what I can do. I wanted to put the pressure on myself to be like, yo, I want people to get Moray, understand who Moray is before I start giving out these features. So it's not like, oh, Moray popping because of yo, he helped. Just know Moray first, and then we'll see what the features is like.
Album coming out when again? Tell them, give them all the information. Instagram. Facebook, Black Planet, MySpace, whatever you got, TikTok, all that.
No cap. You can find me everywhere under one handle, Morrayda1, MORRAYDA, and the number 1. I got my mixtape coming out, Street Sermons Volume 1, April 28th. Trying to get these videos out as well. And please check out my song Quicksand. It's coming out right now. He about to drop it for y'all. It's hot off the presses. Keep it better than the rest is. Keep it number 1 and don't second guess it. Bow, bow.
Hey, Moray, it's going to be interesting watching you grow, man.
Thank you, bro.
I see some bright things in your future,
Absolutely.
young king.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do anything you want. He could have.
Yes, sir.
He could have took all of our jobs in here today. The way he came in here and did the intro.
Let's not get crazy.
Well, it's Moray. It's the Breakfast Club. Let's get into Quicksand.
Criminals. They're gonna have flipping Mars. Flipping Mars. It's 2 real estate agents called Flipping Mars, and they want their lease back. Earth is on the lease, y'all. I don't know if you know it or not. Earth is on the lease, and aliens are coming back to get it. Okay, UFOs being videotaped and the government confirming that they are UFOs are becoming more and more common. You should pay attention.
Okay.
Our cousins are here.
Well, I'd like to buy some property in Mars. Let me hook me up with a Mars real estate agent if you know one, all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Lizzo!
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Lizzo was on Instagram, and she wants to make sure that you know that it's very important to commit to at least one intentional act of anti-racism a day. Here's what she said.
Putting BLM in your bio and posting a black square is no longer the bare minimum. You have to do an intentional act of anti-racism every single day. Have you donated to bail out a protester? Have you bought from a black business, an Asian business? Have you bought from any person of color today? Have you seen someone getting harassed for the color of their skin and intentionally went over there and stopped it? Have you educated yourself? This is the new bare minimum, everybody.
Dropping the clues bombs for Lizzo. Not mad at none of that. I demand that all white people use their privilege to combat prejudice. I agree with her. I like it. Not mad at it at all.
All right, now yesterday we were talking about the former Bachelor star Colton Underwood and how he had came out as gay, and he did an emotional interview on Good Morning America with Robin Roberts. Well, according to Variety now, we told you before that he's starring in a new reality show. Well, what is it about? It's an unscripted series that focuses on Colton Underwood living his life as an out gay man for the first time. And he also has a gay guide on the show, and that gay guide is somebody that's going to guide him through this, right? And the person is actually Gus Kenworthy, and he is a skier, an Olympian skier, and he's going to be the perfect mentor for Colton Underwood because he's gone through it too. He's openly gay. They have a lot of shared interests, and that's the information we have so far about this show. And Colton has since wiped his Instagram page clean, and then he shared a collage of Polaroid shots showing him posing with a horse, running with a dog, and drinking coffee and things like that, posing with friends. He said, I have a lot to learn, but I've come a long way. To the people in my corner, I love you. Without you, I wouldn't be here. See, it's a big deal. He's going through a lot right now, and he's going to share that journey with you on Netflix. All right, Gervonta Davis is going to be headlining Showtime Spring Summer Boxing schedule, so get ready for that. He is going to be fighting Mario Barrios on June 26th. And they just announced that yesterday for Showtime. So get ready. And another person I want to talk about, our girl Clarissa Shields. She's going to make her MMA debut. And that's going to be on June 10th. So she has the date. Yeah, she has an opponent. She's going to be fighting Brittany Elkin on June 10th, according to the Associated Press. It's going to be in Atlantic City, by the way.
All right, salute to Clarissa Shields. That's the homie. Like seeing Gervonta Davis fight too. So dang, I just dawned on me that Colton Underwood has a whole show coming out on Netflix.
That's what she said.
I know. Wow. Yeah. So this is all more publicity for that show. You can't. By the way, you can't really trust this guy. I just want y'all to know that.
Yeah, this is
okay. You can't trust this guy
for the show
because he did what he had to do to be on The Bachelor, right? And now he's coming out and saying this, and now he's got a show coming out on Netflix. How we know he's even really gay? He might just be doing that for the Netflix show.
Well, I'm sure that it's difficult. A lot of people who haven't, think of how many people haven't come out and haven't come to terms with the fact that they're gay and don't want people to know and think that, okay, I'm going to just pray it away like he said he tried to do.
No doubt. All I'm simply saying is I don't know if we can trust this guy.
Why?
Because he played a role to be on The Bachelor.
Yes. Announced the show.
He played a role to be on The Bachelor, and now he's just announced this Netflix show. He could be playing another role now to be on the Netflix show. That's all I'm simply saying.
But think about how many people don't want to be gay, who are gay, who don't want to, so they try to live their life as straight, and that's probably what he was doing.
I'm not talking about all them people. I'm talking about him. All I'm simply saying is, let's just watch the situation. He played a role to be on The Bachelor. Now he's announced this Netflix show. He could be playing a role to do this Netflix show. I'm just saying, monitor it. Let's watch it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that is your rumor report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Charlamagne!
Mm-hmm.
Who are we giving that down to?
Man, we need a woman from Tennessee named Amanda McCormick and another woman named Linda Johnson to come to the front of the congregation, even though Linda didn't really have nothing to do with it. But we'll talk about it for after the hour.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Peace to the planet. Charlamagne the God here. This year has been tough on mental health. Genomind is here to help. Genomind has developed an innovative new tool for groundbreaking insights into your unique genetic predispositions. Go to mentalhealthmap.com to be empowered on your mental health and well-being.
You get donkey of the day, yeah, you dumb ass. You get donkey of the day, yeah, you dumb ass.
You are a donkey. It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the day, huh? I'm gonna fatten all that shit around your eye.
They want this man to throw them blows, man. They waiting for Charlamagne to tap these gloves. Let's go.
They had to make a judgment of who was going to be on the Donkey of the Day. They chose you.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Friday, April 16th goes to a Tennessee woman named Amanda McCormick. Okay, now Amanda McCormick was with a woman named Linda Johnson, who was a relative. And I know you're asking, who are these young ladies? Well, they are two women who, I guess, were trying to close the wealth gap by any means necessary. Fun fact, did you know that the wealth gap in America today is over twice what it was in ancient Rome? Okay, the top 1% of the top 1% of rich Americans control almost 40% of all wealth. In ancient Rome, the top 1% controlled only 16% of the country's total wealth. I'm using that example because that wealth gap was one of the contributing factors to Rome falling, and it will be one of the contributing factors to America falling if this country doesn't correct its course. Now, some would say America has already fallen. I don't think we've completely fell yet, but America has fallen off. Okay, there's several reasons for that, but in light of this story, let's just talk about the fact that American debt will eventually, ultimately destroy the economy, just like it did, and you guessed it, ancient Rome. See, America thinks it can just print money when it wants. Well, they can print money when they want, but printing money whenever you want does not save economies. No, 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 said Destiny's Children. See, the Roman Emperor Nero devalued Roman coins by using less silver, which allowed him to create more Roman coins, but he set a terrible example because Roman emperors that came after him did the very same thing. And over time, inflation ruled everything around Rome, and their currency became worthless. Okay, sound familiar, America? Well, it should. Okay, we on the path to usher bucks for everybody. The dollars you have in your pockets right now with all those old white slave owners on them in the future will be looked at the same way those strippers in Sapphire Strip Club looked at those usher bucks. Now, we went to ancient Rome. We went to Las Vegas only to find our way back to Tennessee with Amanda McCormick and Linda Johnson. See, I was reading this article in the New York Daily News this morning, and they reported on this story, which came courtesy of the Smoking Gun. And it got me to thinking about all this stuff. So let me tell you the story. Number one, the wealth gap in America is so bad that Amanda McCormick received a letter from a church. They didn't provide any additional information, what the name of the church was or anything, but she received a letter from the church. Inside that letter was $1 million bill. Did you hear what your Uncle Charlotte just said? Amanda McCormick received a letter from a church with a $1 million bill in it.
$1 million.
Now think about it. I'm Amanda McCormick. I've been praying to God for a financial blessing because the wealth gap in America is kicking my ass. I received a letter from a church with a $1 million bill in it. How am I supposed to know it's fake or even feel it's fake? This country prints money whenever, however it wants to. All I see is numbers on TV. 2 trillion here, 1.9 trillion there. People getting millions of dollars for something called NFTs, which is just pictures of feet. It's just money being tossed around all over the place. Why wouldn't I think this $1 million bill is real? Never mind the fact that Dolly Parton is on it. Maybe it was Miley Cyrus or some other famous white woman from Tennessee. Doesn't matter. Moral of the story is desperate times make people believe what they want to believe, and she believed this $1 million bill was real simply because she wanted to. Now, Amanda McCormick did what any woman in Tennessee who just got $1 million bill would do. She picked up a relative, which was Linda, and went to the high-end luxury brand store known as Dollar General. Drop on the clues bombs for Dollar General, okay? Where she proceeded to load her shopping cart full of several gift cards to various businesses, and she said she was going to use the money to purchase items for care packages for homeless individuals. She went to the counter with a shopping cart full of all this stuff and handed the cashier the $1 million bill, which might have had Pat Summitt on it. Okay, who in Tennessee is going to turn down $1 million bill with the legendary, one of the greatest coaches of all time, Pat Summitt on it? Okay, God bless the dead. I'm making all this up. I don't know if Pat Summitt was on it or not, but I do know the cashier called the police for a suspicious incident. You think? And that's when Amanda explained she was sent this $1 million bill from the church, blah, blah, blah. Now, the incident was classified by the sheriff's office as fraud by false pretenses, but Amanda and Linda were not arrested. Instead, they were hit with what I think is a way more severe punishment for a woman in Tennessee, and that is they were issued a verbal no trespass warning prohibiting them from returning to the Dollar General store. That might be worse than jail for a woman in a certain tax bracket in Tennessee. Now, I know what you're asking because the smoking gun asked the same questions. Why did Amanda McCormick think a church would give her $1 million? Because the Bible is full of miracles that if I tried to tell you happened to me now, you would say to me, "Excuse me, Mr. Please, do you spell your first name nigga with a hard E-R or a G-A?" So if she was praying for a blessing and that came in the mail, the question should be, why not? Why not? Okay, why should she not believe the church sent this money? Well, Uncle Charlotte, maybe because the United States Mint doesn't produce $1 million bills. Nonsense! We print money whenever we want to with all these trillions going around. There has to be $1 million bills because it makes it easier to count the trillions. Okay, Amanda, okay. Well, here's the important question. In fact, the most important question. You thought the church really sent you $1 million. You thought America actually prints out $1 million bills. But Amanda, did you think that the Dollar General, the $1 General would have change for $1 million bill? Your Honor, I rest my case. Please give Amanda McCormick the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. Ooh, you are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
Mm-hmm. What?
You want to play a game?
Oh, God. Okay.
All right.
If you really want to.
It's Friday, damn it.
Well, I guess we'll play a game of Guess What Race It Is! All right, Amanda McCormick from Tennessee got $1 million bill from a church in the mail. Decided to go to Dollar General to ball out. DJ Envy, guess what race she is?
I'm going with white.
Explain why.
McCormick last name and the fact that they didn't get arrested makes me feel white.
Okay. I can see why you would say that. Angela Yee, Amanda McCormick, Tennessee, received $1 million bill in the mail from the church. Decided to go to Dollar General and ball out. Guess what race she is?
I'm going to say Caucasian because I would have went to Louis Vuitton.
Just like a nigga. Oh, God.
Jeez.
Both of you are absolutely positively correct. Yes! The mayonnaise was heavy in Donkey of the Day this morning. Amanda McCormick was indeed a white woman.
Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at this.
I'd have been right online at Louis Vuitton.
With that $1 million bill? They'd lock your ass up too.
You would have definitely been in
I
handcuffs.
need some new luggage.
The not getting arrested was the biggest clue.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
And some ready to wear because I can never afford their ready to wear at Louis Vuitton. It's too expensive. But with $1 million,
you'd have wore that right to jail. All right, when we come back, we have Latham Thomas, who's
I bought
a
you
doula.
something.
She's been here before. And Lisa
keychain.
Price. She is the owner of Carol's Daughter. So we're going to be talking to both of them when we come back. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests joining us this morning.
Yes, indeed.
We have Latham Thomas, who's been up here before. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
And we have Lisa Price. Welcome.
Thank you.
Founder of Carol's Daughter.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome, ladies. First, I have to ask, I have 2 young girls, and your hair looks amazing. And trying to keep the curls in my daughter's hair, it's like my wife says, we got to retrain it. I don't know what she's saying. So before we leave, please tell me what you use to make those curls stay.
Okay, so what is in my hair today is our Goddess Strength line. It is amazing for helping to strengthen the hair, and specifically for the curl definition, I'm using the Goddess Strength Divine Strength Leave-In Cream. So that's what's in this today, and I know I make it, and I'm supposed to say that it's great, but I make it, and it's great.
Clearly it is. You your best billboard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know too much about curly hair. My kids have it. But we have to retrain it, and we have to do this. And in the morning, when it falls, I'm like, I have no idea. All I know is my wife says, do not get it wet. Just let it go.
Yes.
Yeah, so I know how to put a shower cap on and everything. So.
It's actually my mom's favorite products are Carol's Daughter. So I always, when y'all send me the emails for the sales, I always stock up and send her all of the Manoi oil. That's her favorite.
Thank you.
And I got in the Goddess hair oil,
Mm-hmm.
so my hair smells good too.
No, the room smells amazing right now, by the way.
What would you suggest for Charlamagne's hair?
What would you suggest for Envy's beard? Because it's dyed, right? 'Cause he actually has grades like I do, but he puts all that black stuff on it. Do you recommend that for your skin?
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
No.
thank you.
Oh my goodness.
We don't, right? And Latham, I want to thank you. You sent me this amazing box for International Women's Day, and one of the things we got to put y'all up on is this Foria oil, which I really love. It's an intimacy arousal oil. So just putting that out there.
Hey.
And we're here today to talk about a number of things, but the Black maternal health crisis.
Yes.
As always, I hate that we keep having to have this conversation, but clearly things aren't changing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're still at a place where we're at critical mass, and the crisis in the United States is that we're in the most dangerous country in the developed world to give birth. Black women are still 3 to 4 times more likely than white women to die during childbirth or due to childbirth-related causes. And right now, since we're waiting for policy changes, we have an incredible Black Maternal Health Omnibus Act that was presented to Congress. Cory Booker is one of the leads on pushing that through.
Mm-hmm.
We've had convenings even this week during Black Maternal Health Week around a conversation, even at the White House level. Kamala Harris just led a conversation like this. And so there's so much being talked about, but really what we're here to talk about today is what we're doing, what people can do, how we can have self-determination in our communities, and strive to make a difference starting today. And we can all advocate, we can all be folks who are striving towards change. The systems are broken, and they're not designed to actually support us. So we need to figure out how to design new systems and new spaces to support ourselves.
So now, what is the main problem that you say? A woman gets pregnant, she goes to the doctor, she gets tested, they take a blood test. So what is next? What should women be doing to make sure that we don't have these problems?
So structurally, right, we're looking, and I think Lisa can speak to this from her own experience as well, right? Because we both have children who are older now, so we can look at this from a greater time horizon and not be looking at it from, having younger children, but seeing over the years our own experiences, and also what we see today is there's systemic racism is a huge issue. Like, people like to say, like, oh, well, were they eating? Were they going to their doctor's appointments? The research shows that people do go to their doctor's appointments, but they feel dismissed. They're not being heard. They're not being listened to. Their pain is dismissed. We're seen as being impervious to pain, right? And so we're usually underdiagnosed or misdiagnosed and undertreated, right? And so living in a time like COVID, where people have comorbidities that may show up, by the way, and rear their heads while you're not getting adequate care because the care is telehealth, for instance, then guess what happens? Things that could be treated during a pregnancy can become lethal at the end if they're, especially if they're things that could really impact your health, right? Or the baby's health. And so one thing is, having consistency in providers, which is really important, access to really good and fair medical insurance. We need to have safe, affordable care, throughout pregnancy and the entire reproductive continuum, because things happen outside of pregnancy, as we know, that impact health, right? Like, choices come up and everything is on an as-need basis, right? But I think it's really important to have education. And that's one of the things we're really excited to talk about today, because a lot of people have confusion around what choice really looks like in maternal health.
So if you have a doula who's working with you throughout your pregnancy, your doula gives you questions to ask when you go for the checkup. And the other thing that happens is there's an assumption when we talk about the Black maternal health crisis, there's an assumption that, Black and brown people are of lower socioeconomic status, different level of education, different salaries, so forth. Maybe they have insurance or not. And it's all tied around access and poverty. And it has nothing to do with it. You can be affluent, 6 figures, great hospital, great doctor, and still die because they're just not listening to you.
I was also, noticing when you go to the hospital, a lot of times they do things by protocol, right? It's not person from person or patient to patient.
Right.
I'm just thinking, even with I have 5 kids, but my last child, my wife went to the hospital and they said, how many centimeters? They check, okay, you should go back home. But my wife was like, no.
Not on the 5th.
This doesn't feel like going back home. I'm staying here. And it was a big thing. And thank God she did, because we almost had a complication. But I think everything is too protocol.
Yeah.
We have to change that.
Yeah. I think this is why, intuition is really important, right? Because she felt and you felt like something like, this doesn't feel right. We're going to, make an executive decision here for our care. It's really important to be able to speak up. And that's actually advocating and action, right? And so part of that looks like having informed consent, when prior to a medical treatment or procedure taking place, you need to be told at every single juncture what is happening. And so just because you had an experience and the baby turned out healthy doesn't invalidate the pain that it took or that it caused or the complications that you endured.
All right, we have more with Latham Thomas and Lisa Price. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with founder of Carol's Daughter, Lisa Price, and doula Latham Thomas. This is Black Maternal Health Week. Now, Charlamagne?
You definitely explained what doulas do, but what are the benefits?
So there's so many benefits. From a clinical side of things, we actually have studies that show that, the presence of a doula can decrease the use of pain medication, can increase the instances of vaginal birth, can decrease C-sections by like 28%.
Latham did that for my wife.
Yes. Yeah, she had an incredible birth. Can also help to increase breastfeeding, maternal satisfaction, bonding. All of these things are possible, but the one of the things that I think is really important and it's critical is to decrease C-sections and increase vaginal deliveries, because what people don't understand, like how you're born matters, and all births. I mean, C-sections are sacred. All births are sacred because how you get here is how you're meant to be here, but we also honor all types of birth outcomes and all types of feeding, right? And so it's about being non-judgmental and being able to provide people with the tools they need to move through that process.
And what happens during that time? Like, do you change doctors? Because this doctor's telling you have to have a C-section, right? And you're saying no. So now do you change the doctor?
My wife didn't change the doctor.
No?
I think it depends on whether or not you can arrive at an understanding. So there are times when people do change doctors, and sometimes you can't because of insurance. But it's just having the doula there. You have that pause to ask another question. So, for example, if the doctor doesn't feel that the labor is progressing, it's very common to give women Pitocin to increase the contractions. But then the Pitocin is something artificial that's being introduced. Now, I'm sure there are times when medically it is needed, but it is prescribed way too frequently, way too quickly. A doula would say, you know what? Let me walk with mom, and I'm gonna take mom up and down the hall for a bit, and we're gonna see if we can get this going on our own. So can we hold off on the Pitocin maybe? And then mom and doula go walking up and down the hall, and maybe things progress, and they don't have to go to that route. If there's no doula there, if you don't know that you can ask that question, then you get Pitocin. Now your contractions are not only horrible, they have no rhythm.
Right.
With Pitocin, it's like 10 seconds, here's another one, 15 seconds, oh, there's another, and you don't have the rhythm anymore. So now you feel even less control, because now I can't even control my pain. And then you get defeated. And then when somebody starts talking about a C-section, you're like, you know what? That might be a good idea. Because I'm tired.
And being a new parent, your first time, you have no clue.
Yeah.
Like you said, and you have nobody to talk to. That's why I'm, a doula's. I wish we had had a doula the first time. I just remember the doctor when we were delivering, and we had 5 kids, and this was the first baby. I don't know what it's called, but they have to slice with the knife.
Oh gosh,
and that
episiotomy.
happened. My wife was so mad after, but I'm there, looking. I don't know what to say. I don't know the questions to ask. And my wife was like, the doctor didn't have to do that.
No.
I had 4 other children and didn't have to do that. But they were so in a rush, probably because they had so many other deliveries. It was
and if whoever invented that procedure had to sit when they urinated,
my wife
it
said
wouldn't
the same
exist.
Thing. They said it burns like a mother.
It's making me hurt just now thinking about it. I'm like rocking back and forth.
Episiotomy.
So it's a cut into the erectile tissue between the vaginal opening and the anus, right? And so to create more ease for a baby to be delivered, a doctor might make that cut. It has to be medically necessary. There are so few reasons to do this cut.
And the baby was 5 pounds 6 ounces.
So there was no reason for that cut.
Child.
There was no reason for that cut.
But I didn't know. Like you don't know as a father. You just all right,
But I mean, a lot of things that we see that we accept as normal. So like somebody laboring on their back, right? So if you're on your back, then your hips are closed. If you're squatting, your pelvis is 30% more open. So why would you not just get upright and squat and use gravity to bring your baby down and to like not have any tearing, right? But there's never a reason to cut into that tissue. I can say this so clearly too for people who get episiotomies. That erectile tissue, like it has to heal, and when you're having intercourse, that tissue actually engorges and it makes it really uncomfortable. So a lot of people, for years, sex is uncomfortable for them because of that cut.
I was gonna ask, when me and my wife first started having kids, they said 35 was the age. After 35, it's you have to be careful. Then it went up to 40. Then they said 40 is the age. You got to be careful after 40 trying to have kids. Is there an age limit of when it's necessary where you can't have kids and say, well, you got to be extra, extra careful? Or is it one of those things where you can go around things for women that are a little older?
I'll share a little bit on that. What I would like to say first is biological age and chronological age do not run concurrently, which means that like my however many years I've been on this planet does not necessarily correlate with like my biological age, which will show how I metabolize stress, like how I what I may eat, where I live environmentally. Like there's a lot of impact on our bodies, right? And it's different for everybody. So this idea that at 35 that every single person across the globe had ovaries start to act crazy, uterus is falling out, organs are prolapsing. Like this is not the case. Now everybody is different, but like I think there's a perpetuation of this idea of aging that is uncomfortable for people because we do not respect people that become ancient in this culture. We throw people out with age, right? And so it's a mechanism also for control too. So I think part of it is that like we have to, there's regenerative practices, there's foods, there's herbs, there's all kinds of things that we can do. But yes, there is science, and yes, like eggs do age. We're born with all the eggs we'll ever have, and actually when we're in fetal development, those eggs are also being developed and shedding. But I think the point is like, preserving your health and well-being is something that we should show up to every single day. We should show up to the Office of Health and Well-being, right? Like that's lifestyle, right? And so I don't like that people try to use science to make completely to help people determine and usually rule themselves out of possibilities for life choices or life decisions. based on what one doctor said, right?
Right.
Well, thank God for Love Delivered then, because y'all gonna ease a lot of people's pain.
Well,
Right, and is it also true that as you get older that there's more of a chance that you'll naturally have twins?
Yeah, well, yeah, they say that after 35, 37, especially for Black women, the statistics increase for spontaneous twin pregnancies. Yeah.
God, let me give you a couple since you waited. Let me go ahead and give you two.
Since you did this one last time, right? Let me give you two.
Well, Latham Thomas, Lisa Price, thank you for joining us so much. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Is it lovedelivered.com?
Carol'sDaughter.com.
Carol'sDaughter.com.
/Love Delivered. Can we say it together though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's do it together. Go. Okay.
Carol'sDaughter.com /Love Delivered.
You are a dope R&B group. There you go.
Yeah, and one day,
and next time we're gonna harmonize.
One day, Lisa, you got to come up here and we can talk all things Carol's Daughters.
Yes,
Carol's Daughters
I
is big
feel
in
so
our
honored
community.
to be in this space.
that.
This is so great.
Absolutely.
I'm on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, let's do it again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Thank you.
The Breakfast Club.
Hey, morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk new music.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
All right, it's Friday, so you know what that means. There is new music out. Now, Saweetie has put out her Pretty Summer playlist season 1, and this is her forecasting talent that she thinks is next up. Now, one of the songs that's been getting some attention on there is a song that she's on, Kendra J. It's called Seesaw, featuring Saweetie, and people are saying that it seems like she's addressing Quavo. Listen to this.
I heard some direct bars in there.
Yeah, definitely.
And she said,
Right.
you said I was not the woman you thought, or something like that? Mm-hmm. Drop on the clues, Mom, Saweetie out here. Body and bars! Y'all want no
All right,
problems
also
with
out
Saweetie.
today is YSL Slime Language 2, 23 tracks long. All kinds of guest appearances. Travis Scott, Drake, Big Sean, Little Baby, Kid Cudi, Lil Uzi, Skepta. A whole lot of people are on this album. So here is Solid. This is Young Thug and Gunna featuring Drake.
I'm going to get into that later. I'm going to tell you something. That's a very mature ask that Drake asked that young lady. He said, I want some moral support. Ask your woman for some moral support this weekend, guys. Moral support. Very mature ask.
Also, Conway the Machine La Machina is out today with features from Benny the Butcher, Westside Gun, 2 Chainz, Luda, all kinds of people. Big Scar, Big Grim Reaper is out today also.
Memphis, I keep telling y'all, Memphis got the best rappers in the game right now, but y'all don't want to listen to me.
Now, there's also a new song that's been released. DMX, Swizz Beatz, and French Montana. It's called Been to War.
Long live X.
Mm-hmm.
Long live Earl
And that's
Simmons.
from the soundtrack. That's from the soundtrack from Godfather of Harlem, the Epic's original series.
Oh, it's a lot to get into. I'm definitely getting into that YSL album. Definitely getting into Conway's album. Somebody else you just named.
Scar.
Definitely Big Scar.
All right. And of course, keep on checking for these new music updates. I wish I had an hour to talk about everything that's out today because people will be like, you missed this, you missed that. But, unfortunately, can't get into everything. Now, we love talking about investments on this show. And NBA stars Carmelo Anthony and John Wall have put some money into a cannabis brand now. So it might be something worth people looking at, as we saw what just happened with Coinbase. So if you're looking to put your money into an industry that is high growth in more ways than one, they're saying cannabis might be the ticket with all these states legalizing the use of recreational marijuana. And John Wall and Carmelo Anthony are now investors in LEUNE. I don't know the right pronunciation. It sounds like Leune. It's a California-based marijuana company. So according to CNBC, they reported that they have joined NBA agent Rich Paul, also Lala Anthony, and music manager Anthony Saleh. Him and Nas have their company together in a new round of funding to help that company raise $5 million. Just putting that out there. And in the NBA, Lamar Odom, he was talking about one of his last conversations with Kobe Bryant and how Kobe Bryant offered to help him with his debt. He was on the All the Smoke podcast, and here's what he said.
I had been gambling, and it had kind of got like a little too steep. And if you're in a bad situation, especially about some money, he ain't the one that you're going to want to call. However, I gathered up the strength. I put my pride to the side. He was like, after he went in.
He went in on you first?
Yeah. He was just like, have your people call my people, and then we figure it out.
Kobe better than me.
What you mean?
You lose your money gambling? Gambling? You got to eat that. You got to, when you make a phone call to me for something like that, it got to be life and death. It got to be, you backed up on some medical bills or you about to lose your house or something. Gambling? No.
Yeah, but Kobe's in a different tax bracket than you are, and his relationship with, I'm sure, Lamar was a lot greater. But I'm with you, and you
what
gambling.
that got to do? Then shut the hell up. How you gonna sit there and judge me and then tell me you with me? Shut up. I don't want to hear from you no more.
I thought about it. I'm like, nah, B, you gamble, nah.
Nigga, this nigga is shaming me. You ain't in the same tax bracket as Kobe. You know what I mean?
But as I was speaking, I thought about it, like, you gamble?
You gambling.
You
not coming for you.
Money to gamble?
No, sorry.
And then you call me?
No.
Gambling is an addiction, though. We've seen that before. It's a sickness. It's an addiction.
What I got to do with anything?
And then it could trigger his other addictions. So maybe
I don't
as his
I don't want to hear that.
He may have wanted to try to help him. And he said, we'll figure it out. So maybe it was conditional. Maybe it was go to rehab and I'll help you. Who knows?
Unless you're in a situation like Alonzo in Training Day where the Russians going to kill you at a certain time. If you ain't calling me, telling me nothing like that, I'm not helping you with getting out of your gambling debt. You got to figure that out on your own.
No, because what they going to try to do? They're going to try to, if after I paid off, you're going to re-gamble and try to get back up?
Exactly.
No.
Not gambling. No, you on your own with that one, King. Love you, though.
That is your rumor report.
Love you, brother, but you got to wear that debt.
Yeah, I ain't messing with that. Nope. I thought about it. Nope. All right. Revolt, we'll see you guys on Monday. Everybody else, the People's Choice Mix is up next. Let's go.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Bumpy's back. Oscar winner Forrest Whitaker returns as crime boss Bumpy Johnson in the acclaimed epic series Godfather of Harlem. Returns April 18th only on Epix. Get the channel or the app.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest on the line, Carrie O'Horn.
Thank you for having me again. Thank you, Charlamagne.
No, man, it's a pleasure, especially being that we here talking some really, really, really good news. First of all, we got to tell them Carrie O'Horn's story. She's a former Buffalo police officer who back in the day, she stopped a fellow cop's chokehold on a suspect.
Correct.
Which they terminated you for, right? Am I explaining that correctly?
Well, he doesn't like to be called a suspect. His name is Neil Mack. All of his charges were dropped.
I'm sorry, Neil. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. But they fired you for that.
Yeah.
For doing the right thing.
They made up a story that I jumped on the officer's back, which was impossible because there was a suspect between us and we were face to face. So they basically said that I just went there and just was out of control.
And they took your pension away, you were fired, and you had to fight and damn near sue to get everything back. So what happened now? Where are we at now?
So then in September, the council passed Carrio's Law, which is the duty to intervene. It was a law that I wrote in 2016, and I just did not know how to get it passed. So Terry Watson, the founder of Strategies for Justice, he helped along with my team. They helped me get that passed. And it actually was an effort with protesters and everybody chipped in to help get that law passed. Then the mayor signed it like a month later. And then yesterday, the judge ruled for me because we filed a lawsuit. The attorneys, I have awesome attorneys also. They filed a lawsuit, and yesterday the judge came back with a decision and to give me my pension.
Hey,
that's right. Overturn the firing, and so I'm pension eligible. That's the term I'm supposed to use, pension eligible.
I want to revisit though back then, because what we're seeing right now while we're watching this Derek Chauvin case, right, and what's happening with him is how many people that were witnesses wish they could have intervened or done something to stop Derek Chauvin from killing George Floyd. And you actually did intervene. So can you tell us what was going on in your mind at that time?
There was a man named Mark Virginia who was killed by Buffalo police. And that's what I thought of when I saw him choking Neil Mack. I thought of Mark Virginia, where there were other officers there and nobody stopped the chokehold to save his life. So that's actually what I thought of. And so, I yelled to him, "Greg, you're choking him." And then when he didn't stop, that's when I decided to step in, grab his arm. And that's all I did was grab his arm from around his neck. But then by the time they finished with the story, he said I did a whole
It doesn't matter. You're a hero.
That's right.
Okay, you did exactly what we would want any police officer to do in that situation.
Correct.
And you know what? Didn't that same police police officer end up going to jail for something else after that?
Yeah, he did. He choked another officer on duty, and then he banged the heads of 4 teens on a police car that he was arresting. And one of the teens was shot with a BB gun also. In the George Floyd case, we saw that no officer did anything.
That's right.
And that's the purpose of Carriol's law.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Carriol's law duty to intervene, because then it's a law that you have to intervene. But we need to make it a national law, because it makes no sense to just have it here in this city where an officer here can move to another city and get on that department. We actually needed a federal law. So it's great that it started here, but it needs to be a federal law. And you can go to carriolslaw.com and get all the information to jump on board for that.
You have to have a law in place for officers to do what they say they're supposed to do, which is protect and serve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I didn't want any other officer to go through what I had gone through for doing the right thing. So I tried to figure out what a solution would be, because you hear the problems all of the time. So I wanted a solution, and what will force the officers to do it. Because if you don't force them, a lot of them are still not going to do it because they don't want to cross over that blue line. So that's why I thought of the law. So now that we have the law and they have to do it, then it's important to get it passed throughout the country. And my attorneys are on.
Yeah, I see attorney. I see Ron
I see him.
on.
I saw one when he popped up with the bow tie and that Law of America book behind him. I said, "Oh, that's the attorney right there."
Mm-hmm.
Now, we were asking earlier, Ron, about, what happens now. Does she get a pension back? We were talking back pay, and is she an officer now? So can you break it down what exactly it is?
Actually, what happened with this ruling is she was reinstated until the date that she was fired, basically. They put everything back as though it were, 14 years ago. So she gets back pay for those 2 years, and that brings her up to 20 years of service, which makes her pension eligible. So we've got to do some stuff to do the paperwork for the pension, but she's back to where she was as though this ridiculous decision had not happened in the first place. We have to talk about later, what happens from 2010 to 2020, but that's a separate conversation.
I was going to say that. Let's say she didn't want to retire. She should still be being paid for right now. Like she's a cop. She should be paid for it right now.
Much more difficult question, but I hear you. We're going to deal with that.
Now, Ms. Horn, they're saying, I'm reading the headlines and they're saying that, you've been vindicated. Do you feel vindicated? Do you feel like this is justice?
To a certain point, yes. I think that the attorneys did an awesome job. They really did an awesome job. I really didn't understand how he was working, but he was like, trust me on this, Ron. He said, trust me on this. And I was like, okay, I've been trying to fight it all of these years and I didn't get anywhere, so I have to trust them on this. And thank you, Ron. Thank you so much. And Intisar, is Intisar going to say anything?
Hey, what is it? Intisar? Intisar. Peace, Intisar.
Peace to you. It was, I think this was justice a long time in coming, and we're so happy that Carriol has been vindicated now.
Let me just add really quick, because Carriol was a little too modest. She had opportunities years ago to get kind of minor settlements in this, but she refused to do it because of the broader issue, because of Carriol's law. She said, it's not just about me, it's about a much, much broader issue. And that's a matter of principle. And that's one of the reasons that we took on this matter, because she is so principled. And you don't say that a lot. Most people are me. Carriol was like, it's not just about me. Other officers all over the country are facing this, and we've got to force them to be able to intervene when they see this kind of foolishness going on. So she just, she stood firm.
No,
and
Ron,
was homeless and everything, but she stood firm. And so thank you, Carriol.
No, Ron, you're absolutely right, because every single time Ms. Horn reaches out to me, it's never about her pension or anything going on with her. It's always about Carriol's law. It's, this is happening for Carriol's law. This march is for Carriol's law. This is for Carriol's law. So you're absolutely right. It's not a self-serving thing at all.
Much love, Carriol.
You guys are a blessing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, again, and thank you to Carriol Horn for joining us. And I'm so glad that they gave her pension back, man.
I'm glad they gave her pension back too. She was supposed to be on CNN this morning, but they canceled the interview because of breaking news. But she'll be on TMZ later, man. I love Carrielle Horn, and I think that her story needs to get out there a lot more. But also Carrielle's law needs to be federal, because I do think it's a crime if you're a police officer and you don't intervene when another police officer is failing to do their job of protecting and serving. So salute to Carrielle Horn.
And also, I'm going to be out in Arizona this weekend, Saturday Night Live. So anybody out in Phoenix, Arizona, come hang out with your boy. Now you got a positive note?
I do, man. And I want to tell everybody, too, make sure you go get Tamika Mallory, State of Emergency, How to Win in the Country We Built. It's available for pre-order right now, but it comes out May 11th. We got the advanced copies in. It makes me feel good to see, different people hitting me up, telling me how much they're enjoying the book and loving to see the early reviews. So make sure you go pre-order Tamika D. Mallory, State of Emergency, How to Win in the Country We Built. It's out May 11th, but it's available for pre-order now on Black Privilege Publishing. Okay? Now, the positive note is simply this. As you heal, your attractions change too. All right? Toxicity stops looking like excitement, and peace stops feeling like boredom. Have a great weekend.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?